All right, let's talk about a day that completely shook up the AI world. On February 5th, 2026, a battle royale unfolded in less than 30 minutes. We saw two of the heaviest hitters in the game go public with their latest, greatest weapons, and honestly, if you blinked, you might have missed it.
Just look at this timeline. It's wild. At 10:31 a.m. Pacific time, Anthropic drops this bomb, Claude Opus 4.6. The internet, just starts to freak out. And then, a mere 27 minutes later, OpenAI fires right back with its own monster release, GPT-5.3 Codex. This was not a coincidence, folks. This was a shot across the bow, a declaration of war in this high-stakes race for AI supremacy.
So, here's the game plan for today. First, we'll set the stage for this new AI showdown. Then, we're going to break down Anthropic's seriously powerful new model. After that, we'll get to witness the ultimate AI demo, but then we'll pull back for a much-needed reality check. We'll look at the trillion-dollar shockwave this sent through the market, and finally, we'll peek into what's coming next in this AI arms race.
Okay, let's be crystal clear about what's at stake here. This is a direct clash between two absolute titans. Anthropic is reportedly raising money at a mind-boggling $350 billion valuation. Meanwhile, OpenAI is aiming for something as high as $830 billion. They are not just fighting for cool tech demos, they are in a bare-knuckle brawl for total control of the enterprise software market.
So what exactly did Anthropic bring to this fight with Opus 4.6? Well, this wasn't just some minor tune-up. They rolled out two features that really fundamentally change what these AI models are even capable of doing. First up, this number, 1 million. That is the size of the new context window, which you can basically think of as the AI's short-term memory. So what does that mean in the real world? It means you can feed it an entire code base or a mountain of financial reports, and it can hold all of that in its head at once. So why is that such a game changer?
Well, it's because it's designed to solve this incredibly annoying problem called context rot. And I'm sure you felt this yourself, right? The longer you chat with an AI, the more it starts to, forget what you were talking about. It just loses the thread. And that's been one of the single biggest roadblocks for doing complex, long-running tasks.
And this chart just brilliantly shows the leap we're talking about. This is a needle in a haystack test, where you ask the AI to find one specific piece of info in a huge document. The old model, Sonnet 4.5, that little bar on the left, it scored a measly 18.5%. The new Opus 4.6, that giant bar on the right, scored a whopping 76%. That is not just a little better, that is a completely different league of performance. The second game changer is this concept, agent teams. This is huge. Instead of having one AI chip away at a problem, you can now spin up a whole team of them. They figure out how to split up the work on their own, they coordinate with each other, and they tackle the whole project in parallel. You have to think of it less like using a calculator and more like managing a team of really smart, really fast engineers. So, with these brand new superpowers, Anthropic decided to go for the ultimate stress test. They didn't just want to tell us what their agent teams could do, they wanted to prove it on a task that is notoriously, insanely difficult even for the best human developers out there. They gave a team of 16 AI agents a simple task: build a C compiler from scratch. For an entire week, these AIs worked together in parallel, cranking out over 100,000 lines of Rust code without a human actively intervening. And the result? A working compiler that successfully built the Linux kernel, SQLite, and even the classic video game Doom. This is just a massive, massive leap in autonomous AI capability. And the price tag for this unbelievable achievement? About $20,000 in API fees. Now, I know that might sound like a lot, but just think about the alternative for a second. A team of elite human engineers to do the same thing would cost way, way more and probably take a lot longer. This completely changes the math on what ambitious software projects can even look like. Now, as absolutely mind-blowing as that demo is, we got to take a breath and have a little reality check. An AI team building a C compiler is one thing, but how does this stuff actually hold up in the real world? Let's step away from the corporate press release and see what actual developers are saying. A demo like this immediately sparks that big, nagging question. Are human software developers about to be replaced by these autonomous AI teams? It's a genuinely scary thought for a lot of people in the tech industry. But you know what? The developer community's reaction was a lot more measured. The top-voted comment on a Reddit thread about the demo was simple, clear, and pretty telling. Manual PR review is mandatory. In other words, a human being still needs to check the code and approve it.
The consensus seems to be that while these tools are becoming incredible assistants, that human oversight, that human judgment, is still absolutely critical.
And yeah, when you dig into the fine print, that from-scratch claim is doing some serious heavy lifting. The AI agents used an existing compiler, GCC, is sort of an oracle to check their own work. The compiler they built can't actually boot Linux by itself, and the code it generates is less efficient than a standard compiler with all its optimizations turned off. So here's the takeaway. It's an incredible proof of concept for sure, but it is not replacing production-ready tools just yet.
But the impact of this release went way beyond the coding community. The announcement of these new automation powers sent a massive shockwave through the financial markets, as investors started to panic about which old-school software companies' AI might just, eat.
As a matter of fact, right after Anthropic released these new tools, software and services stocks lost a combined $285 billion in value. Investors are spooked. They're trying to figure out which of these established enterprise giants are about to get completely disrupted. This isn't some far-off threat. The market is reacting to it right now.
And you can see why they're so worried. The new Opus 4.6 is coming directly for the bread-and-butter tasks of knowledge work. It now plugs right into PowerPoint, building entire presentations that match your company's branding automatically. It can look at messy data in Excel and perform super complex multi-step changes with a single command. That whole tedious workflow of turning a spreadsheet into a slide deck, a task that used to take a junior associate half a day, suddenly it's just automated. And all of this brings us right back to where we started. Anthropic's release was a major offensive, absolutely. But it was just one battle. The war for AI dominance is escalating, and the competition is getting more intense by the day.
And this is where the story gets its final crazy twist. On a key coding benchmark, Anthropic's shiny new model scored an impressive 65.4%. But remember that 27-minute gap? In that tiny window, OpenAI dropped its new model, which came in at 77.3%. As you can see on the chart, Anthropic was the king of the hill for less than half an hour. That is the insane pace of this arms race.
And this really highlights their different strategies, doesn't it? Anthropic's model on the left, that's the powerful generalist. It's aimed at complex reasoning for all sorts of knowledge work. OpenAI's model on the right is a specialist. It's a faster, leaner model that is laser-focused on absolutely dominating coding and security. These are two very different ways to try and win the exact same war. And that leaves us with this final big thought. We've officially moved out of the era of individual AI assistants and into the era of autonomous AI teams. So the question isn't just about which AI is smarter anymore. It's about what happens when entire teams of these agents, from competing companies with competing goals, are all working in parallel to build and rebuild the digital world all around us. What does that future look like?